الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين والحمد لله رب العالمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. صدق الله العظيم. Brothers and sisters, distinguished guests, esteemed ulama, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I would like to approach tonight's subject slightly differently, and I have chosen this 103rd surah of the Holy Quran so that each and every one of you understand how it is related to the topic of this evening, which is Waqf. Allah Almighty takes an oath by time. Wal asri, innal insan lafi khusr. By token of time, a human being is at a loss. Let us pause for 2 seconds. This is limited time. It is time that is fixed. It is often referred to as the afternoon prayer. It is a time when the birds are flocking back to their nests. It is a time when laborers are packing their bags. It is the time when business people are shutting the doors. And it is a time that the sun is setting, when the shadow is longer than the height of the person. It is also the time when we are unable or we had not finished the business of the day. In that sense, we are at a loss. It is also a time when we are distracted in the business that we do from earning the pleasure of Allah Almighty, and therefore we are at a loss, not only in this world, but in the next world as well. So when Allah Almighty says, Wal asri innal insan lafi khusr, He's at a loss both materially and spiritually. Now we can understand that if time is fixed, and if time is your life, and your life is your capital, and 1 second of your time is past, 1 second of your life is gone forever. Also, elsewhere in the Quran, Allah Almighty says that the expiration of that time you shall never know. Surah Al-Luqman, our esteemed scholars will confirm, إِنَّ اللَّهَ عِنْدَهُ عِلْمُ السَّاعَةِ وَيُنَزِّلُ الْغَيْثَ وَيَعْلَمُ مَا فِي الْأَرْحَامِ وَمَا تَدْرِي نَفْسٌ مَاذَا تَكْسِبُ غَدًا وَمَا تَدْرِي نَفْسٌ بِأَيِّ أَرْضٍ تَمُوتُ. That among the 5 things that man shall never know, 1, he shall never know when he will die, and he shall never know where he will die. So we are in a double-barreled problem. How do we get into a situation where time is fixed and the expiration is not known and we are in a loss? How do we convert the loss into gain? And the secret unfolds. Allah Almighty says, إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا, except those who believe. Here is the secret that is unfolding of the time which otherwise you would be at a loss. By believing does not necessarily mean just believing in Islam, theologically, from a doctrinal point of view. It also means believing in these 2 objective facts, that time is indeed fixed, and secondly, that you shall never know when. لَعَلِّي أَعْمَلُ صَالِحًا فِي مَا تَرَكْتُ كَلَّا. Allah Almighty says, when the time comes, when you're in a state of shock, when your ruh is separated, You ask Allah Almighty, give me 5 more minutes to rectify my affairs. Allah Almighty will tell you it is too late, for behind you is death and in front of you is barzakh. You become what you did. So, إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا is now unfolding the secret, which is what? وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. Those who do good deeds. إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ, who do good deeds. Good deeds is everything and anything that earns Allah's pleasure. And here, I would like to refer you to a study that was done in Great Britain recently. And they studied 900,000 small and medium enterprises as a sample of 4.3 million businesses, SMEs. And the CEOs were asked this question: what would you do if you saved 10% of your time? What would you do with that 10%? 90% said they will put it back in the business. Maybe through research, maybe an objective study of the business, etc. So these researchers went to the second level and did a second study, and they found that that 10% that you save will give you 20% additional revenue of your business. So here they moved on to level 3 and made a further study, and they found that that 20% increase in the business or the organization had the effect of benefiting the British economy by 300 billion pounds. The research went to the 4th level, and the 4th level was that it created additional jobs at the tail end only because the person understood the importance of time. And he delegated that 10% to people who could do a better job than him, because his 10%, he was struggling to do something he did not enjoy. And that is called delegation. Implicit in this is a recognition of the person's weakness and the appreciation of somebody's strength, somebody's capacity. And in this exchange, what we're seeing is when a person, a leader of an organization, whether it is charitable, educational, political, administrative, or business, when he starts delegating and saving time, not stretching time, time is fixed. What he does is, in his recognition of weakness, he converts it to strength, and in this way what we have is collective strength that comes to the table. This is the secret of those who believe. It is true that money begets money, but it is not true that time begets time. Because when you reach the end of the grave, the edge of the grave, الَّذِي جَمَعَ مَالَهُ وَعَدَّدَهُ يَحْسَبُ أَنَّ مَالَهُ أَخْلَدَهُ. Allah is saying, what is all this? You amass wealth with boastfulness, thinking that you will live with it forever. Again, we come back to asr. Asr also means to squeeze. The word asr means to press hard and to squeeze. Can you imagine a wet towel? When you're squeezing your wet towel, the towel does not increase in size and does not decrease in size. The towel is fixed, but you are making the best of time. And the best of time is to start in recognition of our weakness, in appreciating the goodness of others, and through this reshuffling, we are able to create collective strength. وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبَلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا. Hazrat Ali once said that what you bring forth, your children, will return to dust. What you amass, what you accumulate, which is wealth, will return. after you. What you establish, what you construct, buildings, will be demolished by time. What you enact, which is deeds, will be recorded and piled up for you on the day of judgment. So, using this analogy of good deeds and delegation, responsibility, we begin to see the importance of Waqf. Because nothing could be a greater example than having Waqf, where you're delegating a portion of your time to someone else who has the capacity to develop it, who has the capacity to make use of that time. So what happens effectively is that your deeds are accumulating, your good deeds are for you, and this culture is developing from a young age. For a student, even if, as Shiraz pointed out, it's a small amount, but it works for him because he writes his examination, he's studying, his health, his growth, his well-being, his family, his wife, his future, and his children, all of these beneficial deeds are recorded for him. And we begin to see a collective strength emerging. I foresee Waqf, or Awqaf South Africa, to be the incubator of a resource mobilization movement. Because we as a community must also recognize our weakness in order that we may delegate to somebody else's strength who can do better than us. And in this way, we collaborate and build. South Africa has huge macroeconomic problems, poverty alleviation, education, etc. I don't want to go into that right now. But what I'm suggesting to the brothers and sisters tonight, as we had done in Cape Town and elsewhere, that there has to be a paradigm shift. Brothers and sisters, you have only two paths. There is no escape. You have to take one or the other. Either a path of selflessness or a path of selfishness. If you take the path of selflessness, which is one of the instruments, and that is Waqf, the illumination in you will brighten up not only you and your family, but also your community, your society, and South African civic society as a whole. If we take the path of selfishness, then we're in a state of darkness. We invite and we earn what we deserve, not what we desire. Therefore, this particular occasion for tonight is an excellent platform. Let us connect, because it's 60 organizations that have partnered with Awqaf South Africa already. When you connect, you collaborate. When you collaborate, you comprehend. And when you comprehend, you contribute. In this way, you are transforming a society of imitation to a society of innovation. This is what is meant when Allah Almighty says, وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا. Hold fast to the rope of Allah and be not divided. The rope has strands that are intertwined, and each one of you, with your Waqf, constitutes that string or that thread that twines and holds onto this occasion. Brothers, with these words, I thank all of you who have honored this particular function tonight, and let us hope that we grow from strength to strength. Shukran. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.